Good morning, boys and girls. Today begins our first of a series of St. Josephat's Saint of the Day. Today the church celebrates St. Turibius of Mogrovejo. He lived from 1538 to 1606. He was born in Spain. Was very well educated. Became a lawyer, a law professor, and eventually the chief judge in Spain. So he had a wonderful career, great life for himself, but then something surprising happened. All the way over in the Americas, in Lima, Peru, they needed a new bishop. Their bishop had died, and Spain was controlling these territories. So the king of Spain asked Turibius if he would be the new bishop. This caught Turibius by surprise because he wasn't even a priest. And so he was quite surprised that he was being asked to go and be a bishop in the New World, in Lima, Peru. But the king and others saw great holiness in Turibius. They thought his great intellect would be helpful in helping to administer over this very large diocese. So after a lot of prayer and contemplation, Turibius finally said yes. He was ordained a priest, and the very next day he was ordained a bishop. Bing, bam, boom, all in short order. He arrived in the New World, in Lima, immediately began setting out about work. He would go around his entire diocese, spending 2 to 3 days in each of the parishes. They were visiting the families, celebrating Mass for them, getting to know his people, serving the poor, and also supporting his priests. Along with St. Rose of Lima, Turibius is one of the very first saints in the New World, in the Americas. What I want you to focus on in this story is the king and others saw something in Turibius that he didn't even recognize in himself. They saw how God was moving in his life and calling him to do truly great things. It's important for us to pay attention to the people around us, our family, our friends, our teachers. Do they recognize different gifts in us? Have you ever heard any of them say, I could see you as a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher. You'd be a great musician. Or maybe you'd make a wonderful priest or a good religious sister or religious brother. It's important that we listen to these voices around us. God has placed these people in our lives. And sometimes they can see things in us that we can't even see in ourselves. And so let us pray today through the intercession of St. Turibius to have the ears to hear how God is speaking in our lives today. Know of my continued prayers for all of you. I look forward to our next installment of Saint of the Day at St. Josephat, and of course the school Mass on Wednesday. God bless.